Two, one. Yo, you are tuned into LIT Radio, LIT Music. I'm your host, Dwayne. Today I got a special guest. Knew this cat for a minute now. Met him on the Lower East Side. My boy, Cell Beatz, producer, MC, all around just your podcaster. He's a man of many
What
talents.
up? Keep going. You're doing good, Dwayne. Keep going, man. Don't stop there.
He's also a dancer, especially on that Taylor Port.
That's right.
Man, I hope you be tagging them niggas
Yeah.
like when you be posting your stuff. They gotta pay
Well,
you. Man.
Yeah, well, that's the goal we're working to, Dwayne. We working on that Taylor Port sponsorship, that ever so closely grasping Taylor Port sponsorship, man. For about almost 2 years now, I've been promoting these motherfuckers, and I have to find a direct source of who I gotta send to, who's the president, who's the head of public relations with that. I gotta find that out because everybody that knows me, I'm associated with Taylor Port heavy, and I gotta find the source of that income, man, that bag, to get that Cell Beatz sponsorship. But there's not a direct person, so I'm just gotta there's like an Instagram page, but there's not like a concrete person who to talk to. So I just been I sent the DM, I'm sent email, I'm gonna keep doing it, man, because it's a good brand to promote because nobody else is doing it.
What I've seen, if you keep tagging them and your stuff, you tag people dancing to your song Taylor Port and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
If it gets enough traction, they're gonna be like, "Yo, what's up?" Either gonna be like, "Yo, you making our brand look bad," or "Yo, we gonna cut you a check." It's gonna be either or. You know what I'm saying?
It gotta be. You know what I'm saying? I've taken my pictures with Taylor Port. I've slept with Taylor Port. I've done everything with Taylor Port at this point, and then I feel like I pay my dues with it, and I feel like it can be taken to a new level in which I can make my own wine and spirits, Uncle CBP. So
yeah,
that's what I'm doing. Take that recipe and fortify it and make it strong and make it nice and sell to the people because Uncle Cell's on the cover, baby. You know what we do.
Yes, sir. So it's been a while. You think it was like a year and a half since our last interview?
Yeah, man. It's been a year and a half for the Equator album. I think it was in May 2019 at Old Westbury Radio. And we did the interview with the entire album. We did the whole track by track analysis. It was a very dope interview. I was actually listening to the interview the other day. Prior to you hitting me up, I want to do this interview. I was listening to the interview because at that point I didn't listen to it in a while. So I wanted to go back to it and just say in my interview stuff, and that was a very great insightful interview because we really dig deep into the songs and we went in depth, and you actually took the time to go in depth and listen song for song, and I appreciate about that, you man. That was great. That was great, and it was a very, very good interview, and I'll probably repost it. I'll repost it, of course, definitely for throwback on one of my interviews, and also to give people more, let them know about about you and your platform, how you help artists, how you've been promoting on the radios on Sundays at Old Westbury. You was bumping their music, sharing it, man. I gotta follow Dwayne, man, Elite Music, man. Goddamn, make sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I do, man. Because the thing is, it's not about me. It's about the music, and I feel like with a lot of not to throw shade on the quote unquote competition, because I'm only in competition with myself, but a lot of these quote unquote journalists, if you will, they don't do their research. They don't know the artists. They don't know the songs. They don't know nothing about them. It's just yo, why are you doing this? You got to do your research before you come into the element.
Right.
When man, and the thing is, I've always kind of had that passion for the music. Andre.
Of course.
When I first met him, when I first formally introduced myself, I quoted one of his lyrics. He was like, "Yo, I like this guy."
Yeah.
Because
research.
I'm coming to you as a fan. I think you're dope. That's how I approach a lot of artists. Yo, I think you're dope. I do radio. What's up? That's really what it is. I don't, think nothing like that. I keep it a band. And I feel like people kind of diggy a little too much, you know. Put a little
Yeah,
hot
yeah,
sauce on it. Like, nah, like I'm just being me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, 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 yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
tell me about this project that you're working on right now. That's about to
Well,
drop.
it's about to drop. Well, by the time this interview come out, you gonna post this tomorrow?
Probably will. You know what? I might post it on the day your joint drops.
Well, actually, yes.
For you.
Um, absolutely, man. So this is a compilation project. This is my first full-length DJ Khaled compilation album. Cell Beatz presents Cinematic Eardrum Volume 1. This is a series with multiple talented artists, solely produced by myself. I produce all the beats, of course. I got on a few tracks. I didn't want to be too much on it because it's not a Cell Beatz solo project. That's coming in 2021, next year. But I really wanted to do this project to not only showcase my beats, but also to showcase the artists and their range and the diversity in crafting their songs with my beats.
Right.
It's like a hot tag. It's like a tag team in WWE. You hot tag, boom, we in there. We the Brothers of Destruction. We you know what I'm saying? We really just crafting this project the way it's crafted, and I want this took like 9 months to get done, almost a year to get done. COVID really pushed everything back because I want to release this earlier, much earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, everything happens for a reason, man. And sometimes things are not always meant to come out the time that you intended to come out, but more so the time that's right for the times we're in, and the time that you're slotted to be in. Everyone has to wait their turn. Like, you know, Little Baby dropped the album called My Turn, right? So it's like you got to put your turn is your turn. And I thought this was my turn, as well as all the other artists on it, to showcase their talents, showcase my production skills, and also my executive production on the album as well. I also had executive production assistance from Gaia. She's also on the project. I had her help me organize, do the sequencing, and shout out to my engineer Ninja for Dojo Studios. Um, Outstanding mixing for the project. Shouts to him. I did some pre-mixing myself. And this project really is an evolution of the Cell Beatz Productions brand in terms of like the sound, the content, the rollout, and everything about it is just really it's really a project that shows tenacity in terms of like skill, content, flow, production, how it sounds sonically, how it connects with people and the times that we're in. And this is a very and the artists I selected for this project, the beats really identified them. It was like it's like, you know how Zordon from Power Rangers chose his Power Rangers and shit. I don't mean to be corny, but like I'm a '90s baby, so fuck it, yo. I picked everybody. The beats I picked were specifically made for each artist on that beat, including the ones that I got on. There were some beats that I made that, I wish I kept this fucking beat, but I couldn't come up with anything, a concept, because it wouldn't come right. It would come forced. So I had to make the beats constructed in a way where the artist met it sonically, and then when you put Tower Fusion it, so to say, you know, Dragon Ball Z to a reference. You combine it and fuse it together, you come out with something beautiful, something epic, something that's like groundbreaking in terms of the level that we at. And with Cinematic Eardrum Volume 1, why I named it that was because every track would take you on a different journey. It's the universe. It's the universe of different sounds, a universe that has like, you know, you have your you have like some kind of R&B mixed with hip hop. You got some of your boom bap. You got some of your trap. You know what I mean? You got very diverse artists on there that brought their different styles to it. And they helped my beats. They elevated my beats and took it to a level where I didn't think they would take it, in terms of like, maybe I had a vision and then they had something with it. And then I was like, oh shit, I didn't even think of it that way. In which I didn't have to like say like, oh, change that. I don't like that. You know, I would just say like, oh, that's dope. And then like make a little tweak here and there. But for the most part, when I told people the vision of this project, they loved it and they fell through with it, and then they created magic. And it's some of the best sounding music on my beats that I've heard since I started doing music production.
Word. So When did you first get the idea to like put this all together? Like you're going to do like a compilation kind of situation?
I always felt like producing and making beats is more so like a you're telling a story to your book, of your career, right? Of your passion. So chapter one was me challenging myself into first producing and making beats and mastering the craft of stage one, right? Which is chapter one essentially. Chapter two, stage two, lacing them out, writing the raps to conform the raps into the production, combine the best of both worlds, and put out, what I could come up with the beats that I made. That's just being hype off it. Stage three is now songwriting and how you make your beats connect to your lyrics, to your content, what matches the mood, tempo, And once I did that, I said, you know what? I should start, reaching out to artists and see if they meet the same vibe that I'm meeting on. And the same moment when I create the beats, let me see the vibe, if they caught that same vibe as when I first made the beat or when I first heard it, that first 808, that first kick, that first synth, that first chord progression, that first, the perks that I was using. You know what I'm saying? The sounds I was using to like a Cell Beatz universe jungle inside that. It's kind of like, think of it as like the NBA bubble right now. In the pandemic, the bubble. It's a cinematic universe inside of one bubble, if that makes sense. So the universe, everyone's coming into one zone. It's like everybody coming into like to do a job in terms of like coming to this big epicenter. And it's like, you got a job, you got a job, you got a job, you got this, you do this well, you do that very well, you do this very well, you do that very well. But we're going to bring it together in this studio right here, in this mental bubble, to create something so magical and so beautiful and so like so dope that we're going to create something that we've never created before in our own personal projects. I wanted people to take a piece of them, and I was going to give them all what I had, and this collaboration, this big conglomerate came all in one and just made something so goddamn epic. And so and it's kind of like bringing the Avengers together and some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just bringing the musical Avengers from their busy day. They take their time out and they come here and like fuck with little old Cell Beatz. You know what I'm saying? And that's the humbling part, that they want to even actually work with me and then like, do that. By far, this is probably the toughest project I've done. More tougher than my own project, because you're dealing with multiple artists, different personalities in terms of like perfectionists. Everybody takes their craft seriously. Everybody has their own projects they're working on, and for this to come out this Friday, September 25th, which will be, at the time of this interview will be out, it'll be dry, it'll be released. I'm just so happy that it happened. I went through so many hurdles with this one. I went through like, my laptop breaking down, my music drive, my inspiration, stuff like that. This was like 9 or 10 month, almost a year project that I wanted to release much earlier, but the time for this was meant to come out the time it was, and that time was this Friday, September 25th, 2020. I missed everything. So I'm really happy that I did this, because this is something I always wanted to do. A compilation with artists from different worlds of their own brands and their own. They didn't have to do it. They didn't have to do it, and they agreed, and they wanted to be a part of it. So that was the driving force. I wanted to challenge myself too, making sure that my production skills did elevate, and them coming on this project was a confirmation that I'm taking a step in the right direction as a producer, not just a beat maker, a producer. Producer, doing that, challenging, going back and changing certain things on that 16th bar, going back, taking out that lead, putting at the end of the bridge, taking out that whole part that you had that you thought was dope. They said, no, take that out, put that here, or take it out completely, bring that first half of the song, bring it back in the chorus, roll it back in the second verse, then take that shit out and go in the outro, take that little chime bells or whatever like that, and the little melody, put that shit back in the end. Trust me, we got it. And then I did that exactly how it was. And then when they sent back the final finished product, it's feast or famine.
Yeah, it's definitely a big difference between a beat maker and a producer. Um,
Hmm.
I still got some joints in the vault I need to release
Like
with
the song that we got, NZ.
Man, it's been wild, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here
Uh-huh.
getting married and all this other stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Congratulations, man. Congratulations about that, brother. You can't just say that lightly and just roll off and look on the TV. No, you gotta go. Now, let me congratulate you, man. Congratulations on that, bro.
yeah,
Marriage, life, all that success, bro. Starting a family soon and all that type of stuff, man.
yeah.
Congratulations, brother.
Got the crib, like,
That's amazing, bro. That's amazing, man.
yeah, so,
I'm really happy for you, bro. I'm really happy for y'all.
yeah, no doubt. So, like, I'm just trying to figure out how to record as a married man, man. I can't talk about some of the stuff
Uh
I talk about.
yeah.
Anyway,
I know.
anyway,
I know how it
you know,
go.
I know that you in particular, you're very professional. You're very fair as far as your pricing, what you do, what you put into the beats, and everything like that. So he's not just like a regular, you know, beat maker that may, oh yeah, I forgot the stems. Oh, I don't know the timing on it. Like all of that goofy
No,
shit
no,
that
no.
most beat makers just, you know what I'm saying?
Goofy shit. Goofy
Yeah,
shit. Yeah,
real
a lot of
goofy.
goofy shit.
Because the
Yeah.
thing is, like, when you're not knowing that, you're sabotaging yourself because we need to make the most out of this beat. The beat is just
Yes.
a canvas that we're painting on,
Right.
and we need to make sure we have the illest canvas possible to make it really
Hmm.
pop.
Right.
So for you producers out there or beat makers out there that wonder why you're not going to the next level, it's because you're not taking the extra steps to be a producer. But
That's
Cell can tell
true.
you about that better than I can.
Absolutely, my brother. You're right. You hit it right on the money. I don't even gotta say anything. You already said everything you needed to say. Because like for producers now, like, and I learned from a lot of producers too and engineers, and I'm still learning. I don't ever have an end game of terms of like where I'm at with production. The only end game that will happen is when I'm dead and gone. So that means I'm always actively learning. I'm always aspiring. I'm always a sponge to nutrients from different producers and musicians and get an idea because I'm never stop learning. I'm never gonna stop learning. That's with life. You never stop learning, right? You always make sure that you build something, you build a little fort to make sure that you got what you need to succeed. And if you don't have those tools, you're not gonna go where you want to go. So in order for you to obtain that, you gotta learn from the people that did it before you, or who is doing it with you. You know, as long as you do that, it's always gonna be something to do. It's always gonna be something to learn. It's always gonna be a dirt to wipe off. There's always gonna be something to freshen up and to make sure you get your thing tight, real tight. You know what I'm saying? Get your shit nice and thin, and not do no half-ass shit because artists do pay attention. They do pay attention to how you, like you said, professionalism, how you do your beats, like your justification of your work, your pricing, your what portfolio, what's your resume, and what you built up to that point. And if you can represent that in a fashion where they can respect it and they understand what your vision is, and you understand what their vision is, then the opportunities are going to flourish, and it's going to be insurmountable. You know, so that's a big deal. That's a good point you brought up.
So life, learning intensely forever. That's what life is. You're constantly learning and constantly building. That was very Steve Harvey
Yep.
of my dad. But but
That's a fact.
all right, so I want to say this for people that may not know your work, that may not know your story. Can you kind of give a brief synopsis of like how you got into music in the first place before we really get into like some of the vision of the project? Before we get into that, like how did you get to where you're at?
Well, make a long story long, less long. Um, to start off, I started as a poet. You know, not a lot of people know that. I started as a poet when I was like in high school when I was like 15, 16 years old. And that conformed into lyrics because I was always a big rap fan. And I always liked the Wu-Tangs, the Nas, the Redmans, the old Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, the whole shebang, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, as production, DJ Quick, DJ Premier, all them, the boom baps, you know what I mean? Like, I've always like the Daz Dillingers. I'm a West Coast head. You know what I mean? Like the Johnny J's. I just sonically, I was always in tune with that, and I've always wanted to replicate that and emulate that in the style where I can start doing my stuff. And as I went to high school, you know, writing the raps, and then in the college, rhyming on instrumentals. And then I was like, you know what? I got to start rhyming on instrumentals. I got to start making my own beats eventually. I need an original sound. I don't got an original sound. So I picked up Reason. It's a DAW, digital audio workstation. That was my first one. Then I had Fruity Loops, which everybody knows is FL Studio. Everybody, running that shit up today. That's what the producers use. And then I found me a nice little pocket with GarageBand, and then going to what I use now, which is Logic Pro X, to enhance my sound and still evolve. If you go from like 2010 when I first started making beats to 2020 as the Cell Beatz Productions sound now, it's night and day. But a piece of me from 2010 along the way made this journey to come here. This is a decade of me making beats now. It's a decade. It doesn't feel like it, but it's a decade. But I didn't take it seriously until like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I really take it seriously, but I've been doing it. I started putting my hands on the boards since I was like 19, 20. You know what I mean?
Basically, you was messing around with Shorty, but you ain't really start to take it serious until I've been on man long.
Yeah, we didn't make it official until a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, we got 3 kids together. We might as well.
Might as well fall in line. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I gotta get. Oh, okay, I guess we boyfriend, girlfriend, married. We got a couple now. You know what I'm saying? Here's my MIDI keyboard. Here's my laptop. You know what I'm saying? It's a polygamy. Yeah, I'm joking. But it goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand with what my vision is and what I'm trying to do. So the best thing for me was going through those experiences and like identifying what I need to work on and what I had to build. And the fact that I never really reached my apex in terms of like production, musically, sonically, and all that. I didn't realize that then because I'm just going and I'm thinking at that moment that's the best thing I ever made. But in reality, when you compare it to what's out in commercially and what's out there in music and what's the quality sound top thing, you learn different things as you go. YouTube University, I tell niggas all the time, YouTube University is the best free university you can go to obtain knowledge and wisdom and actually practice. You can follow along real time with the goddamn playback in the background and right in your face. So when I establish that and make sure I go to that, I make sure I take my classes, my YouTube University free ass classes, and I mirror what I'm learning from and try to incorporate my own sound with it. It's kind of like you have a sample size, you have like a practice test, and you kind of like doing the practice test, but you're doing it real time. But this time it counts, right? You got the quiz, you got the test, you got the midterm and final. And as us college, and we went to college, that term better than anybody. When you hear fucking quiz, shit, you go in your bag, look at the damn notes for just to get your little 5 minutes in, like a little before the quiz come. That's cramming right before the damn test. But guess what? YouTube University allows you to have a side-by-side view, a tail of the tape. You have what you learning from and what you're actually doing. So you take what they learn, and then you actually apply it and like, oh, shit, and you find more stuff that you may not find in that YouTube University video for music production. But what's the compressor? What's the limiter? What's chord progression? What the fuck is chord progression? God damn, the melody, kicks, snare patterns, all that, 16-bar note, 132 hi-hat roll, what's a 164, what's a triplet, what's this and that. These are all your weapons of mass instrumentation, not destruction, because if it's destruction, it's more of a self-destruction of you demoralizing your craft. It's a self-instrumentation, weapons of instrumentation you have as your arsenal, as your knights in shining armor that can take you forward and make sure you have a plethora of sounds that you can distribute to other artists.
So that's dope, by the way. So tell me about this project. Like, what kind of features you got on it? Like, what kind of all-star cast you got?
right, we're going to get the names out right now. Let me see if I can, by the track list, it's 11 tracks. So if I can, without looking at any cheat codes, let me see if I can list them as they appear on the project. We got Cinematic Eardrum Volume 1, that's the name of the project, 11 cuts. We got Jasmine Luperina. We got Gaia. We got Weatherboy D and Jay Morris. We got Venture Clan. We got Classics, a young buck from Urban House. Shout out to Urban House Records. You got myself. You got T Quest out of Connecticut. You got This Is Jay and D Rock, A Different World. You got Chuli. You got Jay Cyrus from Toronto. You know what I'm saying? We got. I'm going down the list of actually how they are on the project. So we got that. We have Fluke Human, and we have Petty. You know, so we have an all-star cast volume 1. Actually, this was supposed to be a longer project. I originally had like 16, 17 cuts. But talking to certain people and going back, obviously 16 to 17 is a little bit much, especially if we're still trying to build and ascend. Nobody's going to sit around nowadays and listen to 17 songs straight through. The attention span these day and age right now is like, it's very short. So you got to get your point across, and sometimes you got to give little people, you know, a little sample. You know, less is more. 11 cuts. So it's definitely going to be 11 cuts. Volume 1. Volume 2 will be coming out maybe first quarter next year. We'll get it done early. And volume 2 is half the songs already done, you know. So that's the beauty of cutting from volume 1 to volume 2. And man, these songs right here, man, shit. The first, especially the first 4, the mood that I have it in, like, outstanding. The whole project's amazing, but like, I couldn't have picked better tracks to set the tone off to balance the album, because the album shifts a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It shifts from one mood into a middle mood into the end mood, and I believe that sequencing, man, sequencing is fucking hard, dog. Like, you may believe a track should be this intro, but then it better be in number 8, number 9, and then fuck it, number 9 is number 1. You know what I'm saying? And then it's kind of like a college football ranking system. You know, which teams go, you know, between 1 and whatever. So, but in this case, musically, to set the tone of this project, every track is aligned perfectly. Perfectly. You know, so that's what we have on the album. We have like 15 artists on the album, 11 tracks.
Quiet as kept, I would say that sequencing is probably one of the top 3 most important parts about putting together a project.
Yes, facts.
I mean, that's especially you, because that's how you are. You're an artist. You're a craftsman with what you do. Like your first project, like the Equator, you had different stages in it. Yeah. So this one is kind of a similar situation. I think that's how you want to do it.
Yeah.
I know you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I've seen this movie before.
This
is your trademark. So I figure that's what you're going to do. And sequencing is so important because some people, you're taking someone on a ride.
Yeah.
Like, I have friends and family members that were like, "Oh, this is new album. Let me put it on shuffle." I'm like, "No, you gotta listen to the whole thing."
That was a pimp slap on music. You said,
like, you gotta listen to it the way it was intended to be listened to, from start to finish. Don't just skip around. That's right. You're disrespecting the artists. You're disrespecting the producers. Like, you have to really, like, would you read a book just like in the middle? You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Now, you know, granted, a lot of other artists may not have that level of dedication. So yeah, but a Cell Beatz project, nah, you gotta listen from start to finish.
You have to. And that's what's missing nowadays. I really wanted, especially with this is not my baby. This is all artists' baby. All the artists on the project, their babies too. You know what I'm saying? They the one that created this in the embryo. They're the ones that made this possible. And it's not mine. This is the first project. It's not solely my project. It's not mine. It's not all mine. Everybody's project. That's why the back and forth of going to the studio with different artists and checking in, making sure they're good with this, make sure they're good with that, this and that and the third. I understand that, and I get it with that territory. You know what I'm saying? And I had to really like accept the fact that, you know, it's not a Cell Beatz project. It's not a complete, a solely Cell Beatz project. This is like a Cell Beatz produced project on my platform, but at the same time, everybody benefits because everybody going to check out, oh, I didn't know that this artist, let me check this artist out. And that's nothing I wanted to do. I wanted to bring everybody together. Right. So different people could follow people and support each other. You know what I'm saying? With the music, it's not about one person. It's about everybody that's involved. And I applaud the artist that's on it. And I told him the concept of the project too. I told him it's a compilation album. Was I picked you specifically for these beats. You know what I'm saying? I chose y'all. You know, right. And y'all made this first volume. I have artists gonna be in the second volume, and it'll be like a trilogy. It'll be 3 volumes. It's the first of 3. So, and different. And volume 2 will be out next year, and first quarter. And volume 3 will probably be out the fourth quarter of next year or early 2022. You know, I'm gonna spread it out. We're gonna do it right, and in between, we're gonna make everything come out the way it's intended supposed to come out. And let people like hear that music and feel the music and resonate with it and let it hit hard. I don't want to keep dropping, because you know me, I don't drop like that 5 times a year, stuff like that. Right. I have like a big project for you. Like last year, I dropped Equator, I dropped Night Floss, I dropped Equator, I dropped the instrumental album, you know, Extra Celestial. A year ago this time, I dropped the September 27th, 2019, my instrumental project, and that's coming up. And I'm dropping another September album, Cinematic Engagement Volume 1. I dropped Hit 'Em Where It Hurts with Petty, which is also on the project. And that's that single. And then I dropped this one. And I'm just trying to make sure that, like, you know, I got all my musical, like, you know, my diversity organized. And people always ask me, when the next Cell Beatz project is coming, I'm like, that's the 2021. That's an eyesight. I wanted to get this out first while still I'm cooking. I'm in the lab doing my next solo project. I'm just not rushing to do one just to do it. Right. I have to be in that zone. I have to catch it. I don't sit around writing rhymes every single day. But that's what I used to do, you know, because like I've started rhyming, but like I love production, but when I get to rhyming and songwriting and all that, I'm a fucking beast. I'm a different animal when I'm in that zone. So when I already got some songs recorded and written and stuff like that, but like it has to come out the right way, the right time. And I actually got one coming, a single coming after this project, but I'm gonna let this one breathe out a little bit, let that go, and I'm gonna drop that, you know, put it nicely in the center.
I will say this. You mentioned Petty. You and Petty have really, really good studio chemistry. I feel like they bring the best out of each other. Yeah. So when that EP coming out?
Well, I don't know, man. Like, you know, I don't know. I don't know when that EP coming out because we ain't start no EP, but you put it in the atmosphere, and I like where you're going with it.
I know I'm not the first nigga to tell you this.
You're not. Everybody told me, like, the chemistry we have on that song, Him Where It Hurts, it's very, and the funny thing about that, it's like opposite sides. Like, we are completely 2 different artists that sound great together on a track, you know. And man, like Petty's my little sister, man. That's a little sister right there. Shout out to Petty. And Petty, you know, Petty just don't get on a track with anybody. Her caliber of excellence, her rhyming, her storytelling, her bars, her cadence, her tenacity. It's just second to none. No female rapper really like that can really outshine Petty on the track, or my personal opinion. And she's a young budding star. She's only 21. You know what I'm saying? And for someone that young, that's experienced and that confident and that driven, I said, I have a perfect song for her. I have to collaborate. I have to. and it has to be the right song. So when I created the beat, I sent the beat. I didn't write shit yet, but I already had the concept in my head. You know what I'm saying? I presented it to her. She loved it. She loved the beat. I had to pass different prerequisites. She had to like the beat. She had to like the concept. And she had to want to do it.
Right.
I got all three in one sitting.
Right.
So imagine that. And then once I got that confirmation, I started writing. I wrote that shit on the spot. The first verse, put them on blast. Who's last? Who's first? Haters getting mad. I'ma hit them where it hurts. Keys up when doors stay woke, stay woke. Why his haters getting mad? I'ma hit them where it hurts. That's the hook. You know what I'm saying? I wrote the hook right there. I'm saying, like, you know, Brooklyn sells from Brooklyn, East Flatbush, Canarsie. Petty's from Queens, Jamaica, Big Queens. So I was like, that beat is a boom bap, modern boom bap type of beat. Right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't use no 808s on that. That's a low sub bass I use on that shit. Low sub bass guitar. You know what I'm saying? And then like hard kicks, nice little snare. Make that shit real hood and make that shit real, like, you know, make that shit New York. That's a New York sounding record. You know what I'm saying? And a New York sounding record that could resonate with everybody. You feel me? So I really wanted to make sure that track right there was very important to me, because that's the lead single of this whole, you know, of the whole compilation project. Yeah. And the music video is coming out. It's coming out next week. Okay. So it's coming out next week. So usually the artist will have the video before the album come out or whatever, but I flipped it. Project come out, the video come out after, and then we got some stuff lined up right after that. The rollout. You know when it's coming. You know when it's promo time, I don't play. I promote.
Sure don't.
I don't fucking play my promo.
Currently in all this you know, Cell Beatz gear.
I'm in the pink one, man. Like, this is like, you know, it's my pink one, the black and pink. You know, breast cancer awareness month is October, so I wanted to make sure I got, you know, all my pink out.
You got the Cell Beatz mask. I see that.
Yeah, Cell Beatz mask right here, Bane right here. You know what I'm saying? Making sure it's COVID times. May y'all wear y'all mask, social distance, and quarantine, and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? But I didn't want to wear the mask because I know if you could hear me and shit like that. I didn't want to, like, you know, block that off. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of think. But holla at me if you want your Cell Beatz match. Now that we're on the topic, Cell Beatz merch copy right now. I got the long sleeves, sweaters, hoodies. I got the dad hats, the stress hats. I got the snapbacks. I got the damn beanies. I got the fucking joggers coming out. You know, let me know, man. They got Cell Beatz merch. DM me. Work on the website actually right now, and everything is coming out beautifully and different colors, whatever color you want. Holla at your boy. We got stuff coming out. It's going to be amazing and dope. And I thank everybody for the support. It was a big year for Cell Beatz Productions that missed on the COVID year. And a year where it's like social injustice and all that stuff going out. And I just want to make sure I thank y'all people. Thank y'all very so much. I really appreciate that. This is the highest grossing Cell Beatz Productions in merch since I started in 2017 with the brand merch. This is the highest grossing selling for Cell Beatz Productions this year in a COVID year in the economic down crisis. That's love right there. I can't even say, you know, I can't even stress that enough, man. I'm very grateful and appreciative. That's all I got to say about that, man. I really do appreciate that.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, like, a lot of people are, you know, they out here, they down bad, but a lot of people is up like they've never been before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, even yours truly. So I'm saying, like, you just got to be grateful. You know what I'm saying? You got to be grateful for the opportunities that you have, the talent that you have, you know, the people that you have access to, your network, your fan base, all of that. You know, you never take it for granted because
never do.
Especially like when you get up there, when you get all the way up there, you know, fans is real fickle. You already know.
Yeah.
But like the core base, the people that was rocking with you, you had like 10 followers. You with somebody's living room, but like 2 people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of them you related to, so don't even count. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like those are the people that's gonna rock with you till the wheels fall off. So you gotta make sure you treat them the best. You
have to, and if you don't, then that's more on you, because you know you gotta make sure that you ride for the people that support you, ride for the people that believe in you. Because even when you don't believe in yourself, sometimes you may feel kind of down, but like people that lift you up. There's real people that lift you up, and you gotta keep those people around because they're out there for your best interests. And if you keep doing that, you know you're gonna build a whole team that's want to see you win. and you're gonna want to do more for them too, and that motivates you to do better. So it's always good to have a great team around you. Absolutely.
Most definitely, most definitely. So, if someone wants to find you, someone wants to find the tape, where can they go?
All streaming platforms, baby. We're gonna have Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music. It'll be on Tidal, Deezer, Pandora. It's on all the Google Play Music until Google Play's contract runs out in October, I believe. You can find out on YouTube Music. I saw that's that shit, but it's all good. But Spotify, definitely get on the Spotify playlist. Support those artists on the project. The album's out. As of this recording, it's going to be out on Friday, which will be today when this interview come out. Make sure y'all check it out. These artists, man, they put their soul in it. They put their heart in it, and the concepts and everything is just crazy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even want to get on it too much like that. I didn't want to hop on too many tracks. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'll let the cat out the bag. I'm only on 2 tracks, really. I'm only on 2 tracks because and I ad-lib a little bit on some of the tracks. You know what I'm saying? I may have a little special uncredited appearance around there. I didn't want to be too much on it. Just enough to carry on to the track. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be all over it like Diddy, all in the songs.
Yeah,
all in the ears.
You want to do a DJ Khaled, Swiss Beats kind of thing.
Yeah, I didn't want to be all over it like that. No, I didn't.
I love his production, but he ruined a lot of songs that didn't need to be ruined.
He didn't. Yeah. I didn't want to be that kind of producer, that kind of person, that kind of artist. My beats already there.
Yeah, exactly.
They know it's a Cell Beatz produced album. I don't have to keep.
Yeah, you hit a tag at the beginning.
My tag is hit. Yeah. The tag's on almost every song, so I don't have to say anything. Exactly. You know, only if needed. Only if needed in certain parts. You know, I'm not. You'll hear me, but it's not gonna be on every single track. I'm not gonna be on every single track. Tops out of the 11 tracks, maybe 3 or 4, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And at the right moments. And if I do say something else after 4, then whatever. But it's definitely a track. This is I'm proud of this one. I think sonically, this is my best sounding project when it comes to the beats.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait to hear it. So if you want to find you on IG, they can find you at Cell Millie, right?
Cell Millie, CELLMILLI. I feel like I'm at New Yorican again. CELLMILLI. That's Cell Millie. If you want to find me on Facebook, it's my name, Damian James. That rhymes. And then Cell Beatz Productions /that on the Facebook page. Twitter, Cell Beatz 25. You know the deal. Holla at your boy if y'all need beats. Holla at me, DM me. If you want to cop some Cell Beatz merch, y'all know what to do. Same thing. DM me any color y'all want. Support black businesses, man. You know, that's what we're here. That's what we're fighting for. That's what we're here for. We're here to support each other. Support your local artists. Support your businesses. All that good stuff. Make sure love your family. Stay with your family. Make sure that you always appreciate your family. Give them the flowers while they're here and not while they're 6 feet buried. Please, I cannot stress that enough. If you have any beef on anybody, dead that shit. You don't even got to be friends with them, buddy, but just let go for your sake and your mental health, and make sure that you take care of yourself as well and health as well. And live in love, positivity, and not in anger and hate. And and just live your life to the fullest until right off to the wheels fall off, man. Have a good heart and think more about other people than yourself sometimes. It helps you actually be stronger and mentally stronger as well, how you deal with situations. That's the message from Uncle Cell as he drinks his
margarita. Word. Yo, thanks for your time, yo. I appreciate it. Make sure you check that tape out. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, all that. Check it out.
Yes, sir. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, Dwayne. I really appreciate it. Congratulations again, brother. You deserve it, man. You're a great dude, man. I appreciate that, man. Real friend. Much respect.
Congratulations on the tape.
Thank you, man. Cinematic Ocean Volume 1, baby, out now by the time this come out.